Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video. This is a paid request from Aragorn. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting any type of videos, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. Aragorn, you did it to me, man. You did it to me. Fred, the movie. You know, after going my whole life now watching this film, I would have been happy. A film that gets a 2.0 on IMDb. About some... I was around the early days of YouTube, like watching, because I started watching YouTube like 2006, 2007. It was around the time I made my first account. I vaguely heard of Fred, but I didn't know who he was and never watched him. But I guess Fred was an early YouTube star. I don't know how or why. But he got popular enough that I guess he got like 3 movies. And then like he was able to sell his YouTube channel to, I don't know, people in South Korea or something. I guess, and then he has like his own channel where he just does reviews and stuff in his normal voice. But yeah, I had not seen any of those early episodes. Did not know what the gimmick was for Fred. 5 minutes into this movie, I wanted to be dead. I wanted Fred to be dead. Can we call it Drop Dead Fred? Like this, the terror just. Thank God this guy does not do this shit anymore, man. This shit. I wish it was Drop Dead Fred. As in, I wanted to drop kick this motherfucking character through a wood chipper. Fred dead, baby. Fred dead. It's this grown ass guy talking like a spastic 6-year-old with a high, shrill, piercing voice. This was popular in the days of YouTube, early YouTube. Really? Why? What did people find funny about this? Well, some characters said that it's supposed to be an annoying voice. Yeah, it's annoying. So what makes him funny? What makes it cool to watch an annoying character, an annoying voice like this? This is a type of character that when you hear his piercing, shrill, whining, crying voice, it makes the souls die and it makes the doves cry. It makes the balls wrap themselves up back into your body because it doesn't want to be around for the kerfluffle of this verbal diarrhea. This is literally one of the worst characters in fucking film history. Can I even mimic how this guy sounds? Hello there, my name is Fred. And I can't even do it. No, I'm not screwing up my voice. I'm not going to screw up my voice because it will. It will do it. It will do it. It will do it. Especially not tonight. I'm doing this on the night. It's in Texas. It's like 20 degrees outside. Any minute I'm waiting for the shitty Texas grid power to go out. Could fucking happen. And I'm talking about Fred. Not Fred Flintstone. Not Fred Astaire. Where I take my face, punch it, pound in the stairs. Just this creepy motherfucking character that has orgasms when talking about cheese. Wears yellow suspenders. Wears shirts that has yellow stripes. Like a fucking rejected version of Mort from Mork and Mindy. And he's stalking this girl named Judy. I mean stalking where he watches her, writes her schedule, has a collage of pictures for her. This would be like if I'm watching Jeffrey Dahmer and I'm supposed to root for the motherfucker. But if it's Jeffrey Dahmer, it sounded like if his balls were in a vice, or if he was a femboy needing a pounding in prison. And not this kind of pounding, that kind of pounding. Now, the guy himself, nothing against him. He found a gimmick. He made it successful. And he was able to sell it. For all I know, he's retired and he's rich. Kudos to him. He found a way to. He found a lottery ticket somehow, some way. I don't know how, but he did it. So I guess, congrats on the business sense. Respect that. But this character's an annoying twat waffle. Holy shit. His mom seems like a drunk who sleeps a lot. He doesn't know who his dad is, so he imagines his dad being John Cena. Great. To make things worse, let's have John Cena. And John Cena is the more tolerable of the two. If you know me, I don't like John Cena at all. But John Cena is Sylvester Stallone, Al Pacino, James Woods, compared to Fred. And this John Cena gives him pep talks, or at one point gets him in a headlock. Come on, you can do this. Don't talk to her. Yeah, don't talk to her in your creepy way. And he tells like, oh my god, Fred, like, oh my god, I can't go outside. I can't mimic how he sounds. Shrill 6-year-old and a 20-some-year-old 15, 20-year-old body. Shrill kid. So he's trying to figure out ways to talk to this girl he likes. That's pretty much a neighbor of his as well. So he doesn't want to go up and knock on the door because Judy, I guess, has this guy that likes to. Seems like he's not going in. Seems like he's just parked outside in his car. A guy named Kevin. And Fred just had this great creepy, great as in greatly exaggerated voice and mannerism where he just has these. You know how the kids in school, kids at the mall, kids that wear it back to the day, they didn't get their ice cream, they didn't get their stuff, and they go on the ground and they have this hissy fit tantrum, kick to their legs and making a scene. This is like every second of every moment of this Fred character. And so he'll talk to the camera, but he ain't no Ferris Bueller. He'll dig a hole to try to get there, but he dug to China, so he goes back. At one point he fries himself, and then goes, "That was awesome." If the character was dead, then it'd be awesome. He buys an invisibility cloak. He imagines that it works, but of course it doesn't. He dresses as a woman at one point. Then also he finds out that Judy moved. He was too stupid to realize that. So he wrecks the house having a massive tantrum. He wants to journey to the woods, but he's scared of the woods because someone he knew when he was a kid disappeared there. He imagines going to go in the woods, so he gets his backpack, but then he imagines like he's in a war, so he puts ketchup on him and imagines that he's getting shot. He's using the ketchup as blood. He gets on a bus, but then he purposely gets on the wrong bus to get off, so Kevin's down on his tail. Then he gets his swimming location where his other neighbor Bertha's there. He lets himself get buried neck deep. Then imagines that everyone's like kicking him around, and that he eats a fly and sees the girl of his dreams drowning, but he can't do anything. Then he's like, fuck, I'm gonna leave. He steps out of his daydream. Then he goes into a car wash. Then he thinks he goes by a Mexican, thinks he's a fucking spaceman. And the Mexican talks, and he says what we're all thinking. That's a weird, annoying voice. But this Fred is so stupid. He thinks the Mexican's a spaceman because. Then one point he goes in the woods and there's a deer talking, and the deer talking. I swear at times it's like the deer's trying to sound like either Cedric the Entertainer or Louis Armstrong. And it's such a terrible looking puppetry of the deer, show how cheap this movie is. And the deer thinks it could sing with this guy, Fred's fucking delusional mind. I think if at the end you found out Fred was a serial killer and he murdered everybody he came into contact with, at least that would have been a worthy twist that would make sense. He thinks a dog is a squirrel, and so these two guys try to get him out of the store, and one sprays the other's eyes for stupid reasons. Ultimately, he finds Judy, and there's a party, and lo and behold, he wasn't invited. Why didn't you invite me? I can't believe you didn't invite me. Because you are a fucking tool that needs to be put into the shed forever, the door locked. No, you know what that tool is? That tool is a hammer that you need to pound in your fucking head. It's a shovel that you need to dig your own grave in. That's what it is. That's the perfect tool for you. A shovel that is 6 feet deep. Go in, head first, and stay there forever. This character is so god-awful. One of the worst characters to lead a fucking movie. And again, how in the hell did this guy make so much money and so much success over a character like this? In a way, it pisses me off for the guy in real life, but at the same time, I'm like, the guy's kind of a genius because he found some audience that liked this shit, and then he knew he couldn't do it forever. It's not like James Rolfe where he's like, well, that's not fair. I like James Rolfe. You know, nowadays he should just retire, but I like James Rolfe for the most part. But this, on the other hand, I would say this guy at least knew. He hunted up the dry, retired, sold it, made some money, and then did whatever the fuck he's doing nowadays. At least he was smart enough to do that. And didn't do it, continued to try to do it this day, but I mean. So at the party, he gets stuff thrown at him, then he pukes and accidentally pukes on Judy. It gets recorded, it's uploaded by Kevin. Fred is pissed, angry, sad about it. He's going to not invite people, but Bertha's like, well, I didn't laugh at that video. So he invites Bertha. Now, in a movie that if it tried to be worth the shit, maybe the realization would be like, oh, you know what, this Bertha, maybe she's the one to look into, and not Judy. No. Instead, they're just friends, and she helps him way more than she should to create this party where they make all these mannequins, and they do stuff where it's like the shittiest party ever. They play on cardboard, they put glue on globes. It's all to film all these shots so that Fred edits a video together that makes it seem like they had a great party to upload it. The people go, man, oh, I'm sorry I wasn't at that party, or Fred is cool, man. Why? It still looks like shit. Even edited together, you just see that Fred put 8 different costumes on and kind of moved around like a conniption fit. It still looked like a shit party. But the movie wants us to think that these people loved it. So that Judy comes by, oh, I'm sorry that I did that to you, and can I come in? I'm like, this is bullshit. But he does, and I'm sure once the door closed, he killed her, put her damn brain and whatever the fuck Jeffrey Dahmer used to preserve the body parts. Because Fred has like a, if Jeffrey Dahmer taught like a 6-year-old femboy, that that's how he would sound like. I hate this fucking movie, man. This movie's fucking garbage. Make my nose itch. I didn't even do that when the fucking video started. Can't believe I'm saying this. John Cena might have been the best part of the movie. Because he's like gun-ho and come on, you gotta do it. You gotta do this. And I don't like him either. So that's how fucking bad this was. One of the shop owners, I don't remember his name, but I know I recognize him from other stuff. I think Fred's mom is the same girl from the first Men in Black, who is the wife of Vincent D'Onofrio's character. And then, of course, he gets killed and the alien takes his skin. But she says the line like, your skin's peeling off your bones. Is that better? And then she faints and then the Men in Black talk. I think that's the same actress. I could be wrong. But I don't recognize anybody else in this movie. Again, budget-wise, it does look rather cheap. Mostly in Fred's house. A couple little bits here and there. A little bit in the woods. The supporting cast, I would think they'd be embarrassed being in this kind of movie. Just, I don't know why you would want to see this character even for 5 minutes, let alone a full-length film. Let alone it got popular if that there were 2 more movies. Please, someone explain this to me. It's meant to be annoying. It's meant to be irritating. So, where's the appeal, though, to watch it? 2.0 seemed a bit fucking high out of 10 on IMDb. Unless The Undertaker came in and power drove his head through the fucking granite. And you talk about wrestling? Tear his fucking head off, shove it up his ass, pull it up, use it as a basketball and dunk it? This character, man. Garbage. That's all I got. And then this girl's... I was supposed to buy that this guy gets the girl at the end? Fuck that shit. Later.